Hi Gemini, I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to this November monthly for 2023 tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at the monthly energies for the month of November, go week by week. Do take a look at the description box below. It will highlight all those important dates for November. So Gemini, before we get into it, thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, comments. Thanks for giving my videos a thumbs up. Lets me know these tarot readings are resonating with you. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how eclipse season was for you. For me, it wasn't too bad, but remember the energies are with us for up to 6 months. So I think it's still unfolding. So we will see how the Scorpio season here goes in November and then moving into Sagittarius season. So we will see how all of that goes, but so far so good, crossing my fingers. All right, Gemini, let's get into it. We are going to do a first, second, third, and fourth week spread here. So let's see what Spirit has for you. The first week of November, you do start off with the Five of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Second week of November, Queen of Cups. My goodness, lots of cups, Gemini. And the Six of Pentacles in reverse. That third week, you do have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, as well as the Four of Swords also in the upright. And lastly, you have the Eight of Wands, that fourth week of November. And you end with the World, very fitting there, Gemini. So let's go ahead and pull an overarching theme card. Let's see where Spirit really wants you to focus for this reading, Gemini. And I think it's interesting, Gemini, because we are starting November off the heels of that Taurus full moon eclipse that we had on the 28th. So for many of us, money, relationships, work, job is definitely going to be on our radar, okay? You start off with recognition and reward. Literally right when I was saying that money will be on our minds as well as relationships, there you go. And I do think that recognition and reward could be tied to your job, your career, somewhere that you are seeking approval or trying to go after, some type of approval, but also for some of you, this could be recognition for something that you've already done, or this could be a bonus. It could be a salary raise. We are getting towards the end of the year where oftentimes companies are looking at, how you have done, how you have performed. So recognition and reward could be a big thing for many of you all, Gemini. So let's go week by week. Let's see what this energy looks like for you. You start off the first week with Saturn turning direct in the sign of Pisces on November 4th, and then Venus moving into Libra on the 8th. This Five of Cups and Knight of Cups is suggesting somewhere there could be some disappointment. I do think, Gemini, for some of you, you all during eclipse season, possibly we're having some relationship challenges, maybe something with your boss or your colleagues, or even just how you felt yourself about where you're at in your career. I do think that someone could come in during this first week of November offering you some type of emotional support. Maybe this is a colleague who goes through the day-to-day with you, understands, like what you're going through. There definitely is some type of disappointment there that first week, but by the time you get to the second week, I do think that someone is offering some type of support to you, but I don't know that it's what you want. Meaning at your job, if you are someone who is seeking a raise or seeking approval or recognition, I do think that there's a boss or someone that is in a more in a more managerial role who comes to you and says, hey, I know we can't offer you, $20,000 more. Instead, we can give you 5 more days of vacation or something like that. It feels like someone is trying to be charitable, trying to kind of meet you halfway. I do think that for many of you all, Gemini, this Queen of Cups could be you. Maybe if you're in a managerial position and your company just doesn't have it, you could be trying to think of new ways to kind of mend the fences and meet your colleagues or your subordinates halfway. Now, I do think by the time you get to that Scorpio new moon on the 13th, the sun moving into Sagittarius on the 22nd, and that Mars moving into Sagittarius on the 24th, some of you are needing a rest. Many of you all, especially after we have come through a really turbulent October with those eclipses, some of you are really feeling better about where you're at. Maybe you were able to come to an agreement with your manager or with your colleagues. There does feel like you're feeling good about your money or about your resources. Also, I think that some of you are taking a break. I do think that many of you all could be going on vacation. Here in the US, that 3rd week of November is traditionally holiday time where you're moving into Thanksgiving. I do think that you're able to be with family and friends during that time, and you're feeling much better than when you opened up November. So that's really good to see, Gemini. And then by the time you get to the end of the month, the wands are flying again. It feels like after the holidays, it is off to the races. I do think between now and mid-December, there could be, even though there's a lot going on, there could be a slowdown in terms of communication because we do have Mercury moving retrograde into retrograde shadow November 25th. And then on the 27th, there is a Gemini full moon. So there could be like lots of communication going on, but maybe not hearing back on a lot of things going on. So just be prepared for that kind of like back and forth of a lot of things going on. But by the time you round out November, this World card is showing where you're really feeling like you've ended a cycle and you're ready to begin anew. And I do think this is right in line with the end of the year, right? You're getting to that point where you're ending into November, moving into December, and it feels really positive, Gemini. I do think that some of you are going to realize that this 5 of Cups and Knight of Cups possibly was necessary in order for you to get to this part of recognition and reward. I do think that some of you are going to look back over October and realize that those relationships and conversations around money and other people's money, you needed that to jumpstart you into a different direction. And I do think by the time you end November, this recognition and reward is going to be yours. By the time you get to this point with the World card, you really have come full circle and you're really happy to be moving into December. So really good to see, Gemini. Looks like you end the month much more positive than you started. Okay, you all, I hope you all have a great November. Do take a look at the description box below for those other videos. If you haven't subscribed, I would love if you would. Talk to you later.